I am making some potato salad like my mother made when I was growing up. Normally you don't see people make potato salad like this, but people tend to like it when I make it at parties, and my kids and their friends seem to love it. So I'm going to peel the potatoes. Now, if I had a choice of potatoes to use, I would use red potatoes because they hold up better. And I leave the skins on red potatoes, you know. I just like it. It just tastes good, and it would add fiber, more fiber. But I have white potatoes, and they are starting to look bad, so that's what I'm going to use today. Now, I'm not making a whole lot of potato salad because, again, it's just me and my husband eating this. And this will last us a couple of days. This is going to go in my compost. So let's see how many grams I'm dealing with here. I love my scale. So we're going to be using, so that's 1.11 pounds, or it's 1.1 pound, 1.8 ounces. Or it's 504 grams. I'm going to cut these potatoes in cubes. Sometimes when I see people making, when I see people's potato salad, a lot of times it's just perfect little cubes. But the way this potato salad is going to be made, it doesn't really matter. And you'll see. I mean, you want them to kind of be about the same size cooking so that they will, all cook about the same time. You don't want any raw, hard pieces of potato. So I got my potatoes in a pot, and I'm going to rinse them off. So I rinsed the starch off and just put enough water to kind of cover the potatoes. And then I season the potatoes. I make my own Lorry's. You can put regular Lorry's salt on yours, or any seasoning salt that you want. Maybe 3 teaspoons. Just to kind of season the water. So how about 4? And it doesn't matter if you don't have enough on here, because you're going to season it again when you're making a potato salad. So the potatoes are done. You don't want them mushy or too soft. You kind of want them al dente. You know, where the fork just kind of goes through it. You know, you can break it with your finger like that, but you don't want it totally cooked all the way. And then you don't want it where it's so hard that it tastes like your potato salad ain't done. Now, I am making this potato salad tonight, but I am going to eat the potato salad tomorrow. I've started cooking rice, pasta, potatoes the day before, and then I eat them, a day or a couple of days after. At least 24 hours to a few days in the refrigerator increases the resistant starch, which is a type of fiber. And this has an effect on the good bacteria in our gut. It's also great for people with diabetes to do this because it lowers the glycemic impact, which causes smaller rises in blood sugar after eating. So again, try to cook your rice, pastas, potatoes. I even roast potatoes, and then I put them in the refrigerator or freezer for later use. And so it's building up all of this resistant starch, which is going to be good for my gut. So I am going to try to measure. I usually eyeball this, but I'm going to try to measure using my scale. So again, we started off with 487 grams of cooked potatoes. I'm going to use an onion. I'm going to use sweet relish. I am going to use celery. It's good old celery. And I found some bell peppers in my garden. So I'm going to be using that. Now, I like a lot of veggies in my potato salad. You may not like a lot of veggies in your potato salad. So if you are an onion person and you want to taste your onions in your potato salad, then put a lot of onions in there. If you want a little celery, but you ain't a celery person, then put a little bit of celery, vice versa with the uh, bell peppers and stuff. There is no uh, exact amount. It's all in what your taste buds say, when you taste it. And that's what I normally do. I taste it and I go, okay, I might need a little bit more. And it's usually always a little bit more onions. And so, just kind of give it a taste test and see if it's, to your liking. And if not, just add a little bit of more of what you think it's lacking. But I think you're going to really like this potato salad. So this is my bell pepper, chopped. If you want it chopped finer, you can always do that. My celery, my onions, I totally forgot to boil my eggs, so I got 3 eggs boiling. So I'm going to start while they're boiling on a stove. So I'm going to start off with my celery. And I think I'm going to start with about 40 grams of celery. I'm going to do 40 grams of bell peppers. 40 grams of bell peppers. I mean, it doesn't have to be the exact science, but I want to try something here. So 40 grams. And I am going to try about 40 grams of onions. I just want to see something. Since I'm measuring, so we're going to add some mayo to this. So That's about 102 grams. And then we're going to lightly stir it around. I'm going to move the scale a minute, because I still have to add the eggs to this and relish. Okay, so you see how the potatoes are kind of whole? With my mom's potato salad, the potatoes were not totally whole like that. Okay, so let me add some relish. About 21 grams of relish. It'll give it a slight sweetness, but tasting it, you wouldn't say it's sweet. So I have my eggs. I boiled them for about 10 minutes. You don't know how many times I forget to boil my eggs, and I have to stop and do it. So, see, about 10 minutes, and they're nice and cooked. Ooh, and nice and hot, too. So I usually use about 3 eggs per pound of, excuse me, yeah, 3 eggs per pound of potato salad. The eggs just make the potato salad to me taste so good. So I'm definitely going to have some more mayo. Again, this is homemade mayo. If I had to buy mayonnaise out of the store, I definitely would buy Duke's. That is my mayo. So I'm going to add another 110 grams of mayo. Let's do that. Now it depends on how thick you want your mayonnaise or how thin you want it. So remember that I told you that it's not going to be in these big blocks. Not this potato salad. So I'm going to show you what we did. So my mother would go in with her hands and mash them, but I don't want to gross you out. So I'm just going to kind of slice the potatoes with this. I may have to add some more mayonnaise. So just like I said, I usually eyeball this. Now I'm not making mashed potatoes, but the potatoes are not as defined in these cubes like you normally see potato salad. But it's really good, and if you want to make yours in cubes, you can. But see, it has more of a chunkiness to it. So now I'm tasting it. I am going to add. I know I got to add more potato salad. Mayonnaise. And I'm going to add. And it's 4 grams of Lorry's. But again, you're doing this to taste. I want a little bit more crunch. And another 4 grams of celeries. Well, that's 3. That's 7 grams. I know I need me some more onions, y'all. So I'm going to add another 28 grams of onions, maybe about 10 grams. So that's about 12 grams of celery. And I am going to add about 12 of bell peppers. I just like mine with a lot of veggies in it. I like the crunch. I can taste those onions, y'all. Another 12 grams of bell peppers. Look at that. Now, when you put this in the refrigerator, my mother used to put a dollop of mayonnaise on the top when she would put it in the refrigerator and mix it in the next morning because it does kind of dry out. That's good, y'all. So make sure that you do your seasoning salt to your taste. See? That's good. And you see what the potatoes look like? Let me move it around some. Look at that. See, it's just bits of pieces of potato. Not huge cubes like you see in regular potato salads. And just like I said, I'm going to add another 52 grams of mayo. And just like I said, I'm going to put it in the refrigerator and it's going to build that resistant starch. Look at that. This is the way my mama used to fix her potato salad. And just like I said, it's always a hit when I go places. My kids love it. One of my sons only eat it when it's warm. But they all love it. So this is my, excuse the mess. So this is my potato salad that I grew up with my mother always fixing it. That was a hit whenever she would fix it. And so if you have enjoyed this video, please hit the like button and please subscribe. I'd appreciate that. If this video has been a benefit to you, if you do things a little bit differently or got some suggestions, please let me know, because again, we're all learning together. And maybe you can teach me something. And so just let us all know so that we can learn from your experiences so that maybe we can incorporate those into our lives. But thank you so much for listening and looking at this video. Take care. Bye.